welcome everyone to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Sooners will kick it away to start. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Quarterback now breaking the field. Hits the open man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Oh, he wants it all. Brings it down on the right side. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Those are the ones you rewind back on tape over and over again when you watch this tape and you go, how did I miss that? He was so open. You have to hit those plays. There's nothing you can say positive about that.
The sure hands, it's Durham. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the middle. Got his man. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Gets the back moving. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. Bringing the heat. With the catch, it's Durham. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Rushes on him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Looking to convert, LSU comes to the line on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And what a throw to get it in there. They've got it in business in the red zone at the 13.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Quick strike complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They're trying to slam it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. On the move to his left. On the run, fires downfield. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
He'll take it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Sooner offense back onto the field. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. Makes the grab on the left side. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. There have been a lot of great quarterbacks to wear the crimson and cream, and he is fitting right in.
That boy good. I mean, what can't he do? Just spinning the ball down the field, making big plays, the space in the offense, the speed in the offense, always big-time explosive plays with the Sooners.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. Golly, you got him wide open. And that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the runway.
Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on second and long. Just keeps slinging it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll take a shot. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Takes it the other way.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. On the run, it's Durham. Breaks the tackle. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
That's caught. It's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Motion from the back. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
You can really feel the momentum changing in this game now, can't you? The defense comes away with a massive takeaway deep in their own end. And here's the offense on the 3rd play of this drive, getting the first down and doing it running the football. Everything seems to be shifting in this team's favor.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. LSU right back to the line. They'll send the back in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Sategna. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. To the air, it's Mateer. He'll pull it down. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Blasted as he lets it go. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Tigers! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Sooners have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Out of the backfield, he's open. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him.
There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Sategna. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Sooner offense returns to the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure to do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And the Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Looking to scramble. Now he'll fire back into the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Mateer. There's the pressure. Got it in the middle, it's Lewis. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Caught behind the line. It's Barnes. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Finds his big tight end. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating it.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete at quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out in the open field because we know he can do some damage. Nice job by this defense so far.
Oh, they're after him. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. Third down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Lets it fly deep downfield. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone. And I love the vision right here by the quarterback. Seeing the quarterback the whole way. Breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that quarterback.
And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The offense in hurry-up mode.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. On the run, still looking. Gets rid of it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Another incompletion on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Little over anxious, out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. LSU trying to convert a fourth down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Looking to scramble. He throws one to the left. Touchdown Sooners! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
And that was a play call the coordinator had in his back pocket. He was hoping his defense would get the stop on fourth down. They did. There was no question. He was telling his quarterback, if we take the field, we're taking a shot. You know who you're throwing it to. What a great job of having a shot play ready to go, and it pays off.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the air on first down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
LSU quick to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know. Makes the grab. Touchdown, LSU. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Coming out with it, it's Sategna. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snap. Breaks into the open. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. To the air, it's Mateer. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Caught over the middle, it's Burks.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And the Sooners can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. So now it's second and long. They just keep firing. Makes the pass. Got him in the open. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
What a play call in a 2-minute situation. They find the shot opportunity, and they take advantage of it, flipping the field. They've now put themselves in a chance to come back and win this thing.
That big play has them in business. First and 10 inside the 20. Back open in the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up fourth down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the right. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. LSU just trying to run out the final moments. Got a little space. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. To the air on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Green. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, the cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
Creates a little space. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Turning it on. He's at the top. Oh, the unthinkable has happened for this offense. They're into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the D.
And that is such a critical mistake by the offense, David. You've got the lead late. The only thing your coach is telling you is ball security. They put it on the ground, and not only does the defense pick it up, but they take it into score, and now they've got the lead.
And you talk about coming up big in a big moment. Defense looking for a stop, but how about this? You practice it so much. Getting fumbles. What do? You scoop. Everybody blocks. You take it back to the house. This game just changed with one play.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. A deep throw as the clock winds down. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Here's a throw downfield late. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. It came down to the final quarter. clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.